tell me a little bit about your restaurant and the business that you have here.
Okay, so this is the Baja Bean in Stanton, Virginia. Mm-hmm. We are a California style fresh mix restaurant. We've been here for 18 years, and we've grown every year. We're in this wonderful downtown full of smart people who support local businesses, which is really great and probably the key to our success. We joke, but I don't think it's untrue, that if we were out in the business area of town, like we're the mall and Walmart, I don't think we would have had the success or the longevity that we've had.
Why do you buy directly from farmers with ABU?
It's that shop local thing. So we try really hard, and we're smack dab in the Shenandoah Valley. We have all kinds of wonderful farms around us, great products. Polyface Farm, like you couldn't ask for a better neighbor than Polyface Farm. They're world famous, and their practices are incredible. So we just do it at every chance we get. Every chance we get, we do it. Unfortunately, at our price point, it's hard sometimes, and we'll talk about that as we get through.
Yeah.
But every time we can pick somebody local, we will.
What percent of your menu is sourced direct?
I was thinking probably around 10%, and that's if you include the tofu that we get from Twin Oaks Intentional Community, which is between here and Charlottesville. They make their tofu there. We get some local produce. We have a AMI, which is the Allegheny Mountain Institute farm up at VSDB, and then Polyface. We run a lot of specials and we get our eggs from. But for sure, the bulk of our food comes off of a big food purveyor truck or a produce company out of Charlottesville.
Easiest, but are your direct sell products offered seasonally or year round?
We all year round we have something all the time local. Usually a local meat is featured as a special. Our eggs have become seasonal. Our produce obviously is seasonal. We use Polyface Farms for our eggs, and their chickens just don't lay in the winter very much or nearly as much. So restaurants that are larger customers or stores that are larger customers get their eggs first. And then if there are any left, they'll call and say, we actually have 3 flats of eggs, and so we'll take them. But sometimes the chickens don't help us in the winter.
What products and product forms do you buy? Frozen?
We do frozen meat. It seems here, I'm not sure if this is everywhere, but it seems here that a lot of the local farmers freeze their meat. Mm-hmm. I don't know if the butcher does that or what. So all the meat that we get from Polyface comes in frozen. And then our eggs come in fresh, of course. Our produce comes in fresh. We've never gotten anything canned for here. In fact, when I read that, I was wondering if it was like mason jar canned or number 10
I've actually never seen anything canned as well. But like there apparently is.
Well, and we use a woman in the height of the farmer's market when the berries are in. Right now she has apple pie and sweet potato and some pumpkin for pies. So we get pies from down the street at the farmer's market for the weekends and cut them up on Saturday and Sunday and sell pieces of farmer's market pie. That's what we call it. So that's prepared. And she also does dried things. Like she'll do dried seasonings and dehydrated tomatoes, which we'll use sometimes to throw on tacos, but just not very often.
Yeah. Do you have any expectations for product appearance since you buy direct? Or?
I would assume it would be prettier, and the tomatoes that we get from our standard produce, we use about we use almost 500 pounds of tomatoes a week, and the ones that we get from the produce company are pretty anemic looking certain times of the year, and even in the summer when they're beautiful and red and juicy, the ones that we could get at the farmer's market, I mean, they don't hold a candle. The ones from the produce company don't hold a candle to the ones that come from the local farms, but we can't buy $12 cases, 50 cents a pound basically for tomatoes that we chop up and use in our salsa. But when we use some slicing, it's a prettier product. Usually the egg yolks on the Polyface eggs are like bright orange versus this washed out pale yellow of a commercial egg.
Do you have different food safety and health department procedures that you follow when sourcing direct?
We,
compared to, like, the usual.
I was scared of that question because we don't, and maybe we should. I know that all the purveyors we use, the local purveyors, are certified through the health department.
Okay.
So I make sure that that's true. Their kitchens are certified, like the pie lady, her kitchen is certified. Polyface Farm, obviously they have the ability to deliver. Twin Oaks Tofu delivers everywhere. And that actually comes through our produce company. They bring the Twin Oaks. And other than making sure that it comes in at the right temperature, but we do that for every product. So it's not just local products. We stick a thermometer in almost everything that comes in the door.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Temperature.
Yeah.
Explain the steps in your current buying process from the farms.
Okay. Our process is funky. We buy from 3 major food vendors, U.S. Foods, PFG, and Cisco.
Mm-hmm.
We buy from a produce company that delivers almost every day, and then we buy from farms. So the way that they work, the U.S. Foods, PFG, and Cisco send me prices every Monday morning, and I plug them into a spreadsheet, and then we go and do our inventory and figure out what we need, and then we figure out where the best place for us to buy it is.
Yeah.
Not best quality necessarily, but we buy everything raw, and we're gonna touch it and make it better. So with the farms, we usually get a phone call from Polyface, and then if somebody else has something, you know, today a farmer called me that we have bought shishito peppers from before in the summer, and she had some ghost peppers that were lingering and wondered if we could use those. So it's not as consistent. There's certainly not like I walk into work on Monday morning and find pricing and incentive for me to buy, but I am a small business, so I am able to answer the phone on Tuesday mornings and talk to this very sweet young lady named Hannah, who's very knowledgeable about the products she sells. She always has a special going on, and that usually decides what we're going to do for the weekend. So they had buy one, get one free pork belly for September, and we ran pork belly every other weekend. When I buy from the farmer, like I said, it's more of a, they're coming to me. There's not a way for me to just open their website and figure out who's got what and for what price.
That would be nice.
Yeah, it would be lovely.
What is the easiest way to connect with the farmers? Besides,
I think email has gone really well. There were 3 agencies that worked together. One was Stanton Creative Community Fund. I can't remember what the other 2 were. And they put on a farm to fork affair at a nearby about to open brewery. And at that event, we went around and we tasted honey and cheese and all these local great products. It was a really nice expo, and we signed up for email lists, and probably 6 or 8 of those people have just kept me abreast of what's going on with email, and I feel like that works really well. Because there are weeks where I don't have time to open their email, but there are weeks where I'm like, oh, I've got a little extra time, let me go through here and see what's going on.
Yeah.
And since we did that, we picked up a local vineyard, we're selling their wine, and a local cheesemaker will feature their cheese sometimes on the weekends.
Do you think there's an easier way to communicate? Because we were looking into it, we were wondering, like, social media, farmers started.
The trouble with social media, and I may not be savvy, and it might just be my problem. It seems like something that I have to seek out, whereas as a business owner, you really want to be, I wish I had time to be proactive, but generally I'm just reactive. You send me an email, chances are I will open it. I may not open it today, I will try to get it open this week. Whereas social media, I'd have to go look at J&D Farm Market and
different
farms, and see what they have going on. And then it also relies upon them further, and I can speak for myself because I don't keep up with mine as well as I should, to have accurate information, Whereas if they just have, like our produce company sends us a spreadsheet, it's just like a Excel spreadsheet, and they plug in the new numbers. I can print it out. It's super old school.
Yeah.
I can print it out if I want to, or what I usually do is just look at it on my iPad and add it into my own spreadsheet.
So you say the best thing is definitely when they come to you.
I think so. It's just hard to expect a business owner who's trying, and I know farmers have the same problem.
Yeah.
They have a lot of balls in the air. There are chefs in this town that love to walk down to the farmer's market, and you'll see people following them around. They'll have their basket and they'll pick a couple. But here we cook for 100 people or more every night. Like, we can't go down there and grab the produce that we need for that task. They're going to cook for maybe 20
what's one thing that stops you from buying more food directly from farmers?
I think it's twofold. Like, one is knowing what there is, and the other one is pricing. I don't expect people to sell me things at a loss, for sure. But I just have to make this hard call. I would much rather have the cases of tomato that cost $30 and taste like summer in a box. But chances are, to offer free chips and salsa for my tables, I can't do that. So we pay 50 cents a pound instead of $1.50 a pound. And even so, like when I talk about this $1.50, I find it very strange that often people who are producing and growing and baking and, they are making food, they don't understand that there should be a wholesale price and there should be a retail price. Most of the time it's very the same. Yeah. When I look, there's a big difference, but when I shop a local vendor, often there's not. And so then I'm selling something that is for $5 just to get my money out of it, and they are selling it. They sold it to me for $3 and they're selling it to the public for $3.25, and I'm like, okay, this shouldn't happen,
Tell me about your positive experiences buying direct.
The service is always phenomenal. The product, in my experience, I'm not saying this is, but the products that we have received have been wonderful. Or if we've had, some rot or some decay, that it's been remedied quickly. The excitement of the people is wonderful, and you love to be a part of that. All of my experience, what we have been able to do has been positive. I mean, the product is amazing. Like, we tried for a while to go polyface ground beef in our kitchen. It was, instead of $2 a pound, it was $4 and something a pound. And just the difference in flavor was so much better.
It's funny because I just actually talked to one of the farmers, and they were saying the same thing. It's like the customer experience. So they love coming to the restaurants and tasting their grown stuff in the menu. So
yeah.
I think it's just a good way.
And people really, before when we started this conversation, it was like, we are so appreciative of our neighbors that, they walk for up to 4 miles, or the customers that walk in the snowstorms, when there's, in the beautiful weather for sure. And so they are choosing to spend their money locally. So it feels really good to do the same thing. Unfortunately, it's not always possible. We do our best, but it's not always possible.
Who are your mentors, resources, in the direct sell market?
Okay, so the first person in this area, or the first restaurant in this area that made me aware of this movement, the local food movement, was Zenadoa. I don't know if you've spoken to them. They're very farm to fork. They change their menu, maybe not every day, but probably every week or two. There are dishes that come back every season that people really look forward to. It's a really nice experience. As far as vendors that I've worked with, I really love Polyface Farm. There's this guy, I should be able to remember his name, that has a produce farm that tries so hard. He'll bend over every which way to try and get his products in here and a listing on our specials. There's a cool breeze farm out here, and they're just the most wonderful people, and they have their children. You know that you're supporting them. When the first time I visited Polyface Farm, I came home, my husband laughed at me because I just kept saying, we're working our butts off so we can afford to go to the grocery store and buy organic meat. These guys just make their own organic meat. They raise it and they kill it and they eat it. And he's like, we're not cut out for that, But it's like they took out the middleman, and it's really nice. So I would say for restaurant-wise, it would be Zenadoa. And Zenadoa, their first chef now has his own place called Mike Lynch. His name is Mike Lund, so it's Lunch with a D in the middle. And he does a really great job of featuring strange things that I've never heard of. The last time I was there, I had liquid autumn soup, and it just had pureed local squash and apples in this wonderful soup.
What is one thing that you want the farmers to know about selling direct from the restaurant side?
I guess be as consistent as you can, and don't lose heart if we don't buy something. It's probably just because it wasn't the right time for us. The other thing that works against the farmers for us is we are so busy in summer. we have so many tourists, I barely have time to keep up with the vendors that I have to. And so then when other people are coming and they're like, and they have this beautiful corn that I wish we could use, but I can't, I can't even answer the phone, so I'm waiting on a full dining room. So just try not to take things personally, keep trying, and understand that anyone with sense wants to participate in what they're doing. It's just a matter of finding the way. You've got to find the product you can afford to use, and then once you do, you see that it works. You see your customers appreciate it, and then it just keeps growing.
What do you see as the outlook for the direct sell market in the next 5-10 years?
Well, when we were just talking about some sort of website where you could go, that would be great. I love the idea of a farmer's market around here, and I'm assuming in big cities it's at different hours, because around here it's like 7 a.m. to noon, and I guess we could show up at 7 a.m. and have about an hour to shop before we open, but that's really not, we're prepping for lunch at that time. So I don't know if a farmer's market with different hours, or a farmer's market for retailers, restaurateurs. I think that this market is going to grow. I think everybody, we're Baja bean, and we're cheap and tasty, and still people are, most of our entrees are under $10, easily under $10. When we run local food on the weekend, it's 12 to 15, and we sell out. So I know people are willing to pay. Not everybody. If everybody was, then we would just have it. People like having a $5 option, which you can't really do with local food. But it is, it's grown and grown and grown. Where we used to prepare maybe 20 pounds of something, smoke 20 pounds of something to the weekend. Now we're doing 60 pounds because that many more people are interested.
What kind of a reaction have you seen from your customers when they learn that you offer direct sell?
They're appreciative. They're tuned in. They know what's up. Some of them, and I speak for myself here. We don't really, we hear. I saw this man speak in Charlottesville last night. He was saying, I'm really sad about whatever's happening with the bees. I don't know what it is. I feel like there are a lot of people who know that GMO is bad, but they don't know why. Who know that bees are having a problem, but they don't know exactly what it is. But overall, it seems people want to be educated. People want to take the step of cleaning up their food line and where they get the food and how they enjoy it and all that.
What level of connection do you want to see between your customer and your farmer? Do you want to see a connection? Have you seen a connection?
We try to be intuitive, and the people who seem curious about the practices and the farms that we know the practices of, which we try to know. If we know you well enough to have your product in here, we probably know what you have going on. I would say 1 in 10 tables really wants to know about things. They just knowing that it's local is enough for 90% of people. 10% want to know a little bit more. So I think the first connection is just letting them know that it's local, and then the second connection. And the more, if there was ever an informational night where some of these farmers could show up here and talk about how they don't use gasoline and, all the wonderful things that they're doing for our area and our food chain, that would be great. I think at least 50% of the people in the room wouldn't care that much. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't show up if they didn't care.
I think it's an interesting topic, to be honest.
Yeah, I do too. I didn't realize it was so interesting until I went to Polyface and I was like, wow, I never thought of this.
Yeah, and you kind of see that, you're like, oh, well, what does organic actually mean, right?
Well, and that's a good, when we were talking earlier about pointers for the farmers, that's a good thing. If you're not a farmer, you have no idea. I had no idea about, industry beef and the runoff and, all that awful, the soil problems that it causes. Here I am talking last night about the bees. I don't know exactly, but I've learned enough to know that, if I can avoid it, at my house, we don't.
Yeah.
We buy anything organic, or we buy local.
Would you be willing to facilitate this question?
I would love to do it. Yeah. I would love to have farmers come in here and talk to our tables. We do beer nights, we do tequila nights, we do a lot of fundraising nights with local charities where they come in and talk to people who want to hear about what they're doing. And I feel like that would work well here and all over this town. There's a really cool idea. A friend of mine that works at Polyface and I both saw the same picture of this long table that stretched all the way down Main Street in some little teeny town. Mm-hmm. And everybody just sat, you know, it was like a friend's table, and you just sat where you sat, and you met the person beside you. You might not sit by who you came with. I feel like that would be a really good venue for farmers to come out. Farmers and say, hey, this is why this beef is better. This is why we think our beef is better. Age it on, you know, grass.
Honestly, I've never really thought about the local movement or like that, anything until I kind of got deeper into this project. Thinking about how many restaurants have started doing that, and then to go to like these farms and like visit you guys, it's been an experience to hear like, oh, well, this is how it works, and you know, the pride and the then you realize the quality. So like instead of getting like something that's cheaper on the menu, it's not like what your own.
Yeah.
Like, you try something that's like what your own, and you're like, wow, this is amazing. You know.
Yeah. But you know, there are people who won't even try it because it's not. Yeah. You know, it's not worth the extra $1 or $2. Here, it's only $1 or $2 extra. Mm-hmm. Other places, it's more. You know. And then there's this whole other part of the population who go to restaurants that only have, you know, like Zenadilla, that only have.
Yeah, there's like a chain restaurant I actually went to recently that is all, it was in New York, but it's all local cooking.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was like,
I don't know how
it's like a Chipotle, except
I was just reading about some restaurant that is going to, Costco. Did you hear about this?
No.
Costco is buying all this farmland. They're going to start growing their own organic produce.
That's good.
And I thought, that's amazing.